Good morning and welcome to Our Town here on Hometown Radio 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN. I'm Ken Connors. A big fundraiser coming up for a local group dedicated to promoting healthy lifestyles for the area's younger generation. And this fundraiser does come at a critical time for the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marinette-Menominee counties. We're talking with Sarah Hansen and Carrie Ann Lesperance on today's show. They're with the Healthy Youth Coalition. Want to start off by talking about the organization a little bit and the mission. Good morning, ladies. Thank you for being here today. Why don't you tell us, for those that don't know, what does the Healthy Youth Coalition do here in Marinette and Menominee counties?
Sure. The Healthy Youth Coalition is a youth-driven organization, and we're devoted to promoting healthy lifestyles among youth and their families within both Marinette and Menominee counties. We do this by focusing on alcohol, tobacco, and other drug prevention education in the schools and the community.
How long has the Healthy Youth Coalition been around locally?
Well, since 2001, and then in 2005, we started receiving federal funding, which was awarded for 10 years.
So now you're in most, if not all, most of the area schools, if I'm not mistaken.
Most, correct.
What schools are you in?
We are in North Central, Kearney, Stevenson, Menominee, Marinette Middle School, Peshtigo, Coleman. We do some programming at Pembine.
And we offer all of our big programs to all of the school districts in the two counties.
So how do you get kids involved in your effort? Because I know you work closely with them in all these schools that you're at.
Sure. We do have an advisor at every school that we kind of meet with every year, and they help us get the word out about the coalition. And from there, the students just either join. Each school has their own permission form, and they get a parent signature, and they're a member from there on out. And they come to our monthly meetings and any programs that they're interested in.
Can you tell me a little bit about the programming? Because there's some cool stuff that they take part in.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's very youth-led. We have monthly meetings at every school. It is run by our youth, and any ideas or issues that they're seeing, we definitely address. A couple of our bigger fundraisers, along with the Radiothon, is our Color Blast 5K Fun Run. That is with the M&M game weekend. We also have a Hugh Bradle Drug Awareness Fishing Tournament that the family donates their money to us every year as well. One of our biggest programs in the past couple of years has been our Tragic Terror Reality Haunted House. The kids put that on. This year we had over 60 youth come together to put on that big program Halloween weekend. And we had about 270 people go through that. And it was a big eye-opener. A lot of people got a lot of drug education and awareness through that. And then we had an end tent where kids were able to sit down with our HYC members and talk about what they saw and how they can get involved and lead a healthier lifestyle.
Very cool.
Yeah, we have a peer mentoring group called the Action Troop. They go into our local elementary schools and do prevention skits on different topics for the little kids, and they love to see our high school kids come into their school, give them high fives. They really look up to them. We do a annual commercial for underage drinking awareness every year, and our kids usually become a finalist. We go downstate, they get an award, and they get some scholarship money. We have our volunteers. They go into all the community events throughout the year. Anytime people are looking for our volunteers, they call our HYC members, and they definitely step up to the plate and help out. We have a media campaign we're really involved with radio ads, billboards, brochures. We are very involved in the Every 15 Minutes anti-drinking and driving program. We coordinate those in many schools. We have our Awareness Day coming up in March. 300 youth between the two counties attend those. We have a middle school version of the event the day before. That's very huge. We are very looking forward to putting that on again this year. We do bringing in different speakers, any projects and ideas that the kids come up with. We had a huge body image school at one of our schools, so they came up with a great idea to put mirrors on the wall with positive quotes for the kids to just walk by and look at. So something simple like that can really make a difference. And then we put on Red Ribbon Weeks all over the two counties too. We are very involved. Anything they come up with, we try to help out with.
It sounds like these kids that are members that are involved with the Healthy Youth Coalition, they're almost serving as a role model to their peers in the schools.
Absolutely. We really try to ingrain that in them, because sometimes, kids can be kids, so when they say something, they're joking or whatever, but we always are like, you're an HYC member, you are a role model. So they'll definitely, even with other kids too, they'll try to step in and say, we could have done better there, or maybe if you have someone that you need to talk to, I'm here. So they're definitely doing that, even, not even within our program, but even in their daily life. So
what does it take to fund these operations, all these different great programs that the Healthy Youth Coalition is putting together.
Right. For the first 5 years, our annual programming was $100,000, and now it's stepped up to $125,000 because we do so much programming, and we have about 250 youth in our program. That's how much it takes per year. So we're really relying on these fundraisers right now to keep us going.
And of course, as Sarah mentioned, one of the big deals here coming up is that the grant does run out this year. This was a federal grant that was given to HYC.
Correct. Unfortunately, the last month we will receive funding is September of 2015.
So it's pretty critical to get out there, raise some funds to keep operations going with the Healthy Youth Coalition. You're in all these different schools around the area, helping out a lot of kids, I'm sure. So we need to raise some funds for the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marinette and Menominee counties. And one way that they're going to do that is with a big fundraiser that is coming up. It's next week. It is their annual Radiothon fundraiser, too. And they're also going to have a bowling party as part of this. We're going to talk about the project next week and how folks can help out, make a difference with helping out the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marinette and Menominee counties. You are listening to Our Town here on Hometown Radio, 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN. Stick around. Welcome back to Our Town. I'm Ken Connors here on Hometown Radio, 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN. Joined in studio today by Sarah Hansen and Carrie Ann Lesperance. They're with the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marinette and Menominee counties, HYC, promoting healthy lifestyles for the area's youth. And they are at that critical point. One more time here, can you tell me, of course, HYC have been running thanks in large part to a grant for the past 10 years or so here. That federal grant does run out here toward the end of 2015, though.
Correct. In 2005, we were awarded the Drug-Free Communities Support Grant. It's a federal grant, and unfortunately, it's only given for 10 years. And after the 10 years of funding, coalitions are expected to be self-sustaining and have other organizations help out and take over some things. And, you know, we're supposed to go out and secure other sources of funding to keep our operations going.
So as we've seen here over the past few years, you have been getting ready for this inevitability. So
Correct.
You've been getting out there, it seems like, having a greater presence in the community. Folks are probably seeing more of your projects and events.
I believe so. I think in the last 5 years, our coalition has done an excellent job in getting the awareness out there and getting the publicity needed to make the community aware of what our coalition is, what we stand for, and the importance of keeping us around for years to come.
So, of course, the next one coming up here to help out the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marinette and Menominee counties, it's been going on for about 5 years or so now. It's the Radiothon fundraiser. It is coming up next week on Friday, and this all incorporates a Strike Out Drugs bowling party that's going to go on there here in downtown Menominee, the Sheridan Lanes, I believe.
Correct.
I know that this is sort of morphed. It's changed a little bit over the years since its inception, though, too. But it sounds like it was a really good event last year for the HYC.
It was. I think it has evolved for the better. Like we were talking about earlier, that it started out as, you know, a morning thing with the kids getting on the radio, which was great. But now it's more of, it's that and also incorporating a fun bowling party for the kids where we go out and we get businesses and individuals to sponsor our youth teams. And Riverside Auto Sales for the last 2 years has provided funding to support all the bowling, the pizza, and the soda for all the kids. So it's a win-win. They get to have fun and they get to go on the radio and promote HYC and help us raise some funds. So
let's talk about how you're going to be raising funds through this. I know you are looking for some sponsorship still to make the bowling party possible for some of these kids that show up.
We are. We sent out letters about a month ago to all the area businesses and all the past businesses that have supported our event. So a big chunk of what we raise does come from the mailing, but the other portion is what comes in from businesses and individuals pledging money during the actual radiothon when our kids are out there asking for support. In the past, that's been down a little bit, so we're hoping that this year it'll be different and we'll have a lot more calls and a lot more support from the community.
That's right. You can actually call in and make a donation, of course, during the event itself, which is going on there next Friday. That's on February 27th. It's from 3:30 to 6:30 in the evening there next Friday. So you can call the number and make a pledge, but you can even call that number now, I assume.
Yes, that's correct. Anytime they want to give us a call and pledge money to our event, we'd greatly appreciate it. It's as a way to say thank you for their donations, depending on which level they donate at, they will receive radio mentions for supporting our event later on in March.
Very cool. And even the kids that are coming out for the bowling party, they're going to help out a little bit, hopefully, as well.
Oh, yes, they do. We ask some of the youth if they're able to bring a bottle full of change as their donation, but we have gone out and sought sponsors to cover their bowling and everything too. But we do ask that they try to contribute a little bit to show their support for the coalition, and we will be giving an award away to the person who raises the most money.
Now, the kids that get to come out for the bowling party, they're not just necessarily HYC members.
No, we invite anyone. The community is welcome to come and support our event, but there will be quite a few HYC members there bowling.
Very cool. Again, folks that are interested, this is going on next Friday, February 27th, the Bowl-a-thon, the Strikeout Drugs Bowling Party. It's going on downtown Menominee, the Sheridan Lanes. And again, kids can bring in a bottle of change with them if they want to take part, but it sounds like that's not even necessary at this point too. Hopefully going to get some sponsors to make all this party possible. I know I was there last year. Everybody got to see my wonderful bowling skills as I bowled what, like a 90 or
Yeah.
I'll never let you live that down either. But it seemed like everybody just had a great time out there. It was a really fun event for everybody.
Yeah, we had prizes there actually for we would announce the first strike would get a prize, even the first gutter ball. Kids weren't trying to get gutters, but they got a prize too. We tried to make it really fun because some kids are really great at bowling and some aren't so much, but they had a great time. They loved the candy giveaways and everything that we had there.
Oh, awesome. And again, it was really the biggest one of these Radiothon fundraisers that we had yet for the Healthy Youth Coalition there last year.
It is. Actually, in the last 5 years, our proceeds have doubled. Last year was our most successful year, raising nearly $14,000 for the coalition.
Wonderful. I'll bet you've got big hopes then for this year.
Oh, we do. Every year we have to up our up our goal because we keep raising more money. But as Carrie Ann mentioned earlier, it does run the coalition about $100,000 a year to do all our programs. So it's about a quarter of our goal.
In association with this too, you do some grocery bagging.
We do. On Thursday evening before the event, our adult and youth volunteers will be bagging groceries at Jack's Fresh Market and Angeli's in both Marinette and Menominee. And they also set up a table and collect donations at Witt's and Crivet's.
Oh, very nice. So all this sort of adds up and helps out the Health Youth Coalition during their Radiothon fundraiser that incorporates the Strikeout Drugs Bowling Party. This is going on next week, Friday, again, 3:30 to 6:30 p.m., Sheridan Lanes, downtown Menominee. And we are even going to have a live broadcast. I'll be doing that live broadcast. Hopefully help you get some more pledges there to help out with the HYC's operations every year. And again, broadcast 4 to 6. One more time, that number that folks can call if they're looking to donate.
At 906-290-1299. And that's our cell phone, our Health Youth Coalition cell phone. So if we don't answer it, please leave a message.
Okay, so the lines are basically open at this point, even though the bowling fundraiser is coming up next week, Friday. Excuse me, talking more with the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marinette and Menominee counties when we come back here on Our Town. You've got it on Hometown Radio, 103.7 FM, 1340 WAGN. Stick around. It is Our Town, and I'm Ken Connors, joined here today by Sarah Hansen and Carrie Ann Lesbrance with the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marinette and Menominee counties. The HYC, again, ladies, I know we're at that critical point that we've been talking about for a few years for the Healthy Youth Coalition. Been funded for the last 10 years or so by that federal grant, and that funding, well, it runs out here. We knew it was inevitable, and we've been getting ready for it here. Been expanding your presence out there in the communities, making sure more people are aware of you and what your mission is, of course, to promote those healthy lifestyles for the area's younger generation. So trying to make sure that you're able to sustain your funding then. It's really kind of up to the community at this point to help you out for the keeping your operations going, I know.
Yes, and we have been very fortunate. Our community has been very supportive. We have many individuals and many businesses that continually support our fundraisers, and we are very grateful to all of them. So, of course, the big one we've been talking about is the Radiothon fundraiser that is coming up next week, Friday, February 27th. That includes the Strikeout Drugs Bowling Party. We'll go through the particulars of that again before we wrap up here, too. But can we focus a little bit on what else is coming up here this year? I know one of the big things we've been talking about is the fishing tournament that you'll have later on.
Yes, definitely. That is being held on May 2nd this year. And if anyone is interested in contributing to the event or being a part of the fishing tournament, they can contact Jennifer at Bradle Enterprises.
We also have, of course, the color run. Now, we did this last year, too. It's always been associated with the M&M game. Last year, year before, I believe that was October that we covered that. But then this year, little change in date for that.
Yeah, we're actually really excited about that. We're thinking with the game being moved to August, we're going to get even a better turnout. We've always had a great turnout before, but we're really looking forward to, great weather. Hopefully no rain that day, but just a little bit more participation this year. And it's always easier to throw color in better weather. So we're really excited about that. And we added a new color station last year. We added the color orange. And then, of course, at the finish line, they get to pick if they want to run through the purple or the maroon, depending on which team they are kind of rooting for that day.
Very fun. The haunted house has been a big one for you, too. And I assume we'll see that again, hopefully in October.
Absolutely. Actually, at one of our February meetings, the kids, we were talking about a different project, and we kept getting redirected to Tragic Terror or Haunted House, and we kept having to go back to what we were talking about because the kids get so excited about that event. They just think it really makes a difference. They have great ideas already for next year, how we can incorporate even more reality scenes with the drug and alcohol abuse that the kids are hearing about or seeing. It's just a really great way for our community to pull together and get that awareness out.
Awareness Day.
Yes.
What's that? That's coming up here,
Yeah,
too.
we are very excited about that. We've had such good participation from all of the local schools coming to that. We do have to cap it off at 300 students. That's the only way we can fit everybody into the theater building. They can sign up, listen to the announcements. We have sign-ups in the office, so we want to make sure that they get their spot locked in right away. It's $5. They get a free T-shirt and lunch out of that fee, and if anybody's having a hard time with that $5 fee, they can contact us or the school. We have scholarships available because so many people do donate to the coalition. We're able to pay for that for them. It's a great way for them to get a great keynote speaker message. He really focuses on anti-bullying education this year. We're really looking forward to hearing his message that day.
When is that? Where is that?
Our middle school event is March 23rd, and the high school version of that event is March 24th. So it's at UW Marinette, and they get bused there, and everything is ready to go for them when they get there.
And as you mentioned, of course, bullying, one of the areas that HYC is looking to address. Of course, they also talk about drugs and alcohol use and trying to prevent all that.
Yep.
And
I'm glad you said that because even though we aren't an anti-bullying coalition, we do address that. We do feel as though it's a risk factor to drug and alcohol use. So because I mentioned it was youth-led as well, they did come up with a great junior high action troop skit. We always usually do elementary, but we're trying to move into the junior high groups now. And they came up with this great skit about your choices in life and how you have a choice for your future. Just because you have a bad background or a bad past doesn't mean you're destined for a bad future. So they did incorporate the bullying issue into that skit as well. We're going to try to incorporate prescription drug abuse and marijuana use into our next one that we do in Peshtigo coming up here in about a month.
Some of those skits that you've been talking about, maybe I'm mistaken here, so tell me if I am. Do you have some of those online?
Oh, we do. If you check out our Facebook page and our website is mmyouth.com, and just search for the Healthy Youth Coalition on Facebook. We do put a lot of our videos on there, commercials. We talk about Action Troop. We have recorded a few of our Action Troop skits. Those are definitely on the website, so you can check all that out.
Very cool. A way to check out the work of the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marinette and Menominee counties. And again, their big fundraiser coming up here next week, Friday, February 27th. And of course, this year, as they did last year, it's going to incorporate a Strikeout Drugs bowling party. It's going on again next week, Friday. 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. is the bowling party. It's going on at the Sheridan Lanes in downtown Menominee. You're looking for HYC kids and really any kid to come on out and attend this year.
Yes, we're looking for anyone that wants to come out and support the coalition and have a great time. I just want to thank our planning committee before we leave here. We have representatives from Fibrec, Nicolay, National Bank, Stevenson National Bank, of course, Bay Cities Radio, and Sarah Harding with Place Perfect and Farmers and Merchants Bank and Trust.
And also still looking for those sponsors. If they're interested, they can give you a call.
Correct. They can call. Our cell phone number is 906-290-1299. And if we do not answer, I ask that they please leave a message and we'll get back to them as soon as we can. And
we will be doing that live broadcast out there, too, during the Strikeout Drugs bowling party as part of the HYC Radiothon fundraiser. The live broadcast 4 until 6 p.m. next week, Friday, February 27th. And watch out for the Healthy Youth Coalition as they bag some groceries there next week, Thursday again.
Yes, thank you very much.
And we are going to be wrapping up here on today's Our Town. Again, I just want to urge folks to really think about helping out the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marinette and Menominee counties. I'll tell you from my personal experience, I've come across just some of the work that you've done. You know, again, if you're looking for some instances, check them out on the web there. They've got their website. You can connect with them on Facebook. A lot of great work that you're doing with the youth in the community, and just a great way to connect with them and just promote, again, as we keep saying, those healthy lifestyles for the area's younger generation and their families. You're really focusing on alcohol, tobacco, and other drug prevention programs too. It's really neat to see how they kind of work and serve as those role models to their peers in all these different schools that you're involved in. So you do a great job out there.
Thanks, you. Ken.
You have been listening to Our Town here this morning, here on Hometown Radio, 103.7 FM and 1340 WAGN. I'm Ken Connors. I want to thank you for tuning in this morning, listening in as we talked about the Healthy Youth Coalition of Marinette and Menominee counties. Watch out, their Radiothon fundraiser coming up again next week, Friday, February 27th. Be sure to tune in again next week. I will see you then.